Blue Lock Chapter 204 spoilers got released, and what a chapter, guys, what a chapter. I didn't have much time this weekend to read it, and I just read it some minutes ago, and I'm in total shock, and I actually don't know where to begin. So the chapter starts with Isagi waking up after he collapsed at the end of the manshine match, and Noah is the first person to talk to Isagi and offers him some water, and Noah tells Isagi that he slept for 10 hours as it was vertigo from exhaustion. So we got the confirmation here that Isagi actually collapsed because of his exhaustion and not of an injury or something else, which was something fans assumed. Isagi then remembers the crucial moments of the recent match against manshine and how he assisted Yukimiya, who scored the final goal of the match. Noah then wants to know from Isagi what is next, and the next step for Isagi will be to beat Kaiser by scoring his own goal. Isagi then explains to Noah that he has developed a new technique, the meta-vision, a technique that changes his way of using his eyes and brain. Noah then wants Isagi to elaborate his method, and we then finally got the full explanation of what meta-vision really means. So Isagi says that he can see the whole field from his peripheral vision and describes it as a way of looking at the field from a bird's eye view, then making decisions and reading through the flow of the game, then the sense of protagonism that each player has, and if he's able to crush it, he can lower their performance level. Additional to that, if Isagi can link that sense of protagonism with his allies, he can create a chemical reaction. So what Isagi is basically saying is that the combination of all the single pieces that I just mentioned and that got taught by Ego during the series, which are also part of his philosophy, form the ultimate technique, the meta-vision. Isagi then goes on and says that he will train the skills he's missing so he will be able to score a goal next time. Noah then takes his time to reply and then says that he now understands why he decided to choose Isagi. Isagi is confused and doesn't understand what Noah means, and Noah then explains to Isagi that this thinking, this understanding of football is the same as the one he heard of a former teammate over 10 years ago. And this former teammate was his first rival in life and the worst football freak he has ever met, and also the one that created bluelock, jinpachi Ego. Isagi now was in shock, and I think I can say that us, the readers, were for sure as well. So we knew from small hints in the past that Ego himself was a pro player once, but we never got any deeper into his background story, and now we got some more small information that Ego once was a teammate of Noah and his first rival. And this also explains why Ego created a wildcard, in my opinion, as loser's bracket, where he wants to create a copy of Noah, which is Kunigami currently. I can imagine that Ego lost the rivalry as he was too possessed with his own philosophy and at the same time admired Noah's skill and football intelligence that much that he decided to create his own project, Bluelock, to find the perfect wrestle, the perfect candidate that is actually able to inherit his philosophy of football, which is the meta-vision, and take it to the next level to lead Japan to become World Cup winners. Also, what always kept me wondering was the fact that although we knew that Ego was a former pro player, he actually nowadays doesn't look like one at all, as he looks super slim. And maybe Ego's career never ended the way he wanted it to be due to a disease that prevented him from becoming the world's best, or due to the strong side effects of the meta-vision, which he wasn't able to control perfectly. I can imagine that the meta-vision could have had a huge effect on Ego's health and body, and maybe that is why he's trying to find a younger version of himself, someone who doesn't just understand meta-vision, but is also able to control the side effects of it, and this would be in this case Isagi. And Isagi already felt the issues that come with the meta-vision, as he collapsed and slept for 10 hours, and this could already be a hint from Kanjiro. But I'm sure that he will be able to perfectionize that technique in the future. We then got an update of the annual salary bidding auction, and Noah tells Isagi that there are 20 people this time that got offers in Bluelock. The rankings flashed on the huge screen in front of Noah, and he then adds that there are variations in the number of games played by the teams, and that Team France didn't have a match this time, which is the reason why their values didn't get updated and why they are in lower places. So top 20 starts with Karazu in 20 with a market value of 12 million yen, Hayate with 13 million in 19, Darai with 60 million in 18, Sendo with 17.5 million in 17, Shido with 20 million in 16,
easy top 3, 16!
Otoya with 22 million in 15, Niko with 23.5 million in 14, Corona with 24 million in 13, Ario with 25 million in 12, Aiko with 27 million in 11. And now, ladies and gentlemen, on to the top 10. And Gagamaru is in 10th place with 28 million, Yukimiya in 9th with 29 million, Jigiri in 8th with 30 million, and Rin in 7th with 36 million. And before we get to the top 5, Noah interrupts the rankings and states that there are more criteria than just games played and goals scored. Meanwhile, the 6th ranking appeared on the screen, which was Reo, who got a market value of 40 million yen and a club offer from Arsenal. Another criteria is the creation of opportunities and the domination of the midfield, which many clubs value, and therefore this market isn't just for finding strikers. Noah then continues with the top 5, and first up is Kunigami, who has a market value of 47 million yen. His physicality and noodling ability to snatch away goals in any way is highly regarded, and we can also see that Kunigami got an offer from a club called RGB with a ball on its club logo, and maybe you will think now that this could resemble German club Rasenballsport Leipzig, Austrian club Red Bull Salzburg, but it could also be the Brazilian club Red Bull Bragantino, which is like Salzburg known for forming young talents, which will then most of the time get traded to Leipzig in the Bundesliga. So we gotta rate which RB club it really will be in the end for Kunigami. In place 4, we got our main guy Isagi with a value of 50 million yen, who is called by the media as the next generation's Modric, and the heart of bluelock because of his positioning, interception and passing. A dangerous player on the field in every aspect. So I did some Modric comparisons with Isagi in my past videos from time to time, and we now got the confirmation that Isagi is kind of based on him, and this also is another big step towards my theory I did in the past, that Isagi will become a dangerous player who will be able to score goals, but in the end will not become the greatest striker of bluelock and will play as CM or CAM behind the strikers. If you haven't watched the video yet, you can find my video in the description below if you're interested in watching it. And Isagi also got an offer from Munich, and it will be interesting to see if Isagi will join Munich in the end, as he got the offers from BXB and Munich now, and I still think that he will join BXB in the end. In 3rd place, we have Bachira with a value of 66 million and an offer from FC Barcha, and currently it seems like Bachira will actually join them, as he's already kinda carrying the team, and you will see what I mean when I come to the 1st place in some seconds. So, in 2nd place, we got Nagi with a value of 88 million, and the offering club is Manshine C. It will be interesting to see if Nagi will join Manshine C without Reo, and how Nagi will develop without him if he actually joins Manshine C. But he also would have the doctor of football, Agi there, who would be a great mentor to him. And now guys, in 1st place, currently leading the market of the Neo Egoist League, Shoibaru with a market value of 100 million yen and a club offer from Ubers. Ubers vs Barcha recently ended with a score of 3-1 in favor of Italy, and Baru scored 3 goals against Barcha, and Bachira scored the only goal for them. Isagi is in disbelief and excited at the same time, as Ubers and Baru will be Isagi's next opponent, and with the king as market leader, chapter 204 comes to an end. The most shocking chapter we got in a long time. We finally got an explanation of what MetaVision really is, we got some more background information about Ego and his idea of creating bluelock, and then we got a market value update with Baru being in 1st place. Obviously Rin and Shido will overtake him in the future, as they haven't played yet and therefore didn't have market value updates, but nevertheless, for now, King Baru is the most valued bluelock striker, and I love how Kanejiro managed to build up hype for the next match between Munich and Ubers with just one simple move. A move we needed so much, as there wasn't much hype prior to this match, but now we obviously want to see how much Baru has improved, and also it will remain exciting to see how Munich will manage to score a goal against the strongest defense of all teams with Aiko, Niko and Ario, who are in the back 4 of Ubers. And Sendo is also in attack, who is still the ace of the U20, don't forget that. And I'm sure that he has been a great partner for Baru so far, who provides him with great assists. Kinda like Naohaya did in the 2v2 against Isagi and Nagi. Alright, what do you think about the current chapter? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, stay safe and have a nice day.